Hello, my name is Aaron Figueroa, and today I will be presenting After Tupac and D. Foster by Jacqueline Woodson. After Tupac and D. Foster occurs in the mid-90s, in the last few years of Tupac Shakur's life. This occurs when two black 11-year-olds from Queens, New York meet an unusual girl who calls herself D. Foster. The two girls, Nika and the narrator, have known each other since they were young, and they have a strong friendship between each other. One day, a girl named Dee arrives on their front porch when they're jumping rope. She wears strange white girl clothes and has shocking green eyes, made it even more unusual because she's black. Although they're initially hesitant to talk to Dee, they do talk to her, and she appears to be a pretty friendly girl. They strike up a strong friendship. Sorry, I apologize, I'm ill today. They strike up a strong friendship who they invite to jump rope with them. Nika's brother, named Jay Jones, loves to play basketball, and he intends to go professional. He hits on Dee constantly, and it drives the sisters crazy. When the girls hang out together, they often listen to Tupac and feel as if he's known them all their life, as if he knows their struggles. Dee says, "It's like we're the same in some crazy way. It's like I look at him and I see myself. It's like I'm looking in a mirror. He sings about things I'm living, you know?" Dee says to the girls that they're all floating around in life and they're all just trying to find out their big purpose. Nika has an other brother, an older one named Tash. He was arrested the day after Dee showed up. He's convicted for a crime he didn't commit. Nika's brother Jay Jones gets followed home by the cops just because he's black and was walking home from school. Because of their conditions with all the police and all the violence going on recently, Nika and the narrator are not allowed to leave the block, nevertheless be outside after hours. Dee roams around the entire city, making both girls jealous and even more suspicious. Nika and the narrator soon find out that Foster isn't even her real last name. She picked it up because she's a foster kid. Tupac is currently in court at this time and he's being accused of sexually assaulting a woman. The woman keeps on changing the story, but all that the judge really has to go on is the fact that Tupac is black, a gangster, and the fact that he has tattoos all over his body. One day, the girls hear from the radio that Tupac has been shot 5 times the night before. Everybody in Nika's neighborhood is shocked and listen to the radio, trying to find out anything they can. All 3 girls decide to just hang out together that day, and they just hang out on the porch steps. Dee says that she wouldn't feel that Tupac would die just yet, because they both had a hunger. The girls were confused by this, so they asked Dee what Dee meant by this. Dee said that she had been hungry before, and the girls find out that one of her foster mothers was abusive, taking the money for food and using it to buy crack cocaine instead. On Valentine's Day, Tupac made a recovery, but he was sentenced to prison. That winter, Dee invites the girls to go with her. They just roam the city, without their parents knowing, of course. And they roam the city and they go to an amphitheater. At the amphitheater, they shout, "We are here" from the stage, and it's very exhilarating and very enthralling for the girls. Months pass by and the narrator officially becomes a teenager. On her 13th birthday, the narrator's mom gives her a picture frame of Nika, the narrator, and Dee Foster. Nika and the narrator go with Nika's family to prison to visit Tash, Nika's older brother. Tash is gay, whose Nika's family travels to prison to see, but Nika's mom has a hard time accepting him. Tash tells about his plan to get out of prison soon and to pay back his family for any of the inconvenience they may have. Tash tells Jay Jones to stay out of trouble and to keep his head in the books, because in prison, they try to take your soul up in here, and you gotta fight hard to keep it inside of you, quote unquote. The narrator reminisces about how Tash used to play the piano so beautifully, and how he was taught by a man named Randall. Tash's boyfriend went inside with Tash to Randall's house and beat up Tash and Randall and robbed Randall. Caught by the police, Tash's boyfriend said Tash was in on it too. This causes Tash to go into prison with some hope for leaving home, but not a whole lot. Dee visits the narrator's house after the curfew hours to talk to them about something important, her past adoptions and how her new biological mother came out of nowhere and decided to take her back. Dee disappears for the next 2 weeks, and the others get the news that Tash is leaving prison. Months pass by, and that September they finally see Dee walking towards them, but she's with an older white woman. And they are shocked to learn that that white woman is actually Dee's mom. And they also find out that Dee's actual name is Desiree Johnson. Dee says how her mom doesn't know who the father is, or what Dee was like as a child, because she was an alcoholic. Dee gives the two girls a jump rope, saying that if she couldn't jump with them, someone else should. In turn, Nika and the narrator gave Dee a Walkman with Tupac albums on it. And Nika said that she would never say goodbye to her, and Dee said she would never say goodbye to them. The narrator and Dee exchange phone numbers and promise to call each other. Nika disappears, and Jay Jones tells the family that Tupac has been shot again. That Monday, Dee called the house saying that Tupac wasn't going to make it. They talked about how they should talk soon and how they would never forget each other. On Friday the 13th, Tupac died. Nika and the narrator sit out in the cold, wondering what will happen next. They dialed Dee's number, but the phone just rang and rang. She never answered. That winter, Jay Jones is getting ready for college, and Nika and the narrator just hang out like always. The narrator says that Dee was right about a lot of things, mainly about how Tupac was singing about all their struggles, and how they seem so distant, yet they both live on in her art. She said that maybe Tupac faked his own death, and that she hoped so in a way, because she wanted Dee to have a chance to meet him, because they seemed meant for each other in a way. She said that maybe they would meet again sometime soon, so that Dee's smile will finally be whole. And for my container, I have a safe. It was supposed to be a cage, but something didn't work out, so instead I have a safe to show the values of the family was mainly safety. They didn't care about the freedoms per se. My first picture is the bus. The bus is a public transit which takes Nika, Dee, and the narrator all across the state. This is an amphitheater, and the amphitheater symbolizes a lot of things in Greek culture, mainly expression, of course. And so when they finally get on that stage, they're free to express themselves. This represents the police. It's almost a regime because it's institutionalized racism, and they just try to keep a brother down. This represents Tash's struggles because although he has hope for freedom, he's just behind bars most of the story. This represents Jay Jones. It is a basketball, and it shows basically the nature of not only his talent, but also the fact that he's always willing to go on. He's always willing to bounce back up from anything. This is a feather. At one point in the story, the narrator says that her favorite poem was something about feathers because it said that hope was a thing with feathers, and it was so beautiful and profound to her. This is a cell phone. It's the only thing that they use to communicate with Dee after she leaves, but she never answers her phone ever again after Tupac dies. This is a mirror. And the reason behind the mirror is because in the story, they're always talking about their big purpose, their reason for being here, what they're going to do with their life. And so, what Dee does for Nika and the narrator is try to introduce to them a sense of belonging and a sense of who they are as people. This is a picture of a portrait in a picture frame, which was the narrator's gift for her 13th birthday. And it just is a constant reminder to her of her friend who's gone now. And this is a VHS, which is what they used to watch Tupac's videos on. And that concludes my project. Thank you very much.